get off from the bed.
No, just wasichana wadogo by the way tunasumbuliwa na mgongo at a very young age.
No, cool.
You know?
Yeah.
We eating bad
sex.
Wow.
No, I'm doing a lot of. I really do a lot of workouts.
You having sex?
I'm doing a lot of workouts. I'm working out.
Maybe working out, but you're not working out the right places.
You
work out the right places.
Right places.
Have sex.
Roshmani done told you the medication.
Guys.
That is what they say. If
I'm
you
celibate.
We have had that a couple of times. You complain to niko na shida mgongo kwa wewe uzagongo vizuri.
I'm celibate.
It happens.
Yes. But despite that, mko fiti.
Yeah, I'm surviving still, but we are good.
I'm okay.
We are good.
Thank you for asking.
Joby, how are you?
I'm just happy.
That's
a happy
girl.
Yes.
Happy girl. You're the it girl era.
Period. I've told you.
Yes.
I'm just getting my soft era. So I'm happy. I'm very excited for the weekend.
You've been happy for some time. I like that. I like the job you have. The happy job.
Until December.
Until forever.
Forever, yes.
I don't want until December.
Yeah.
December is my birthday.
Yeah.
I know, it's for contract.
I'm sorry, guys. For eternity.
For eternity. Non-politically, culture-wise, entertainment-wise, and we're here to bring you the tea, of course, arts, entertainment, and culture to see what has been happening. Taki Nakati, sorry. It's really...
Gen Z have every language every week. I can't keep up.
Every day.
I think I like the vibe of the song. I like it. Like it's giving me something.
It's giving me the TikToker beats.
That's just him. It's the TikToker.
Yeah, but I like this
the
one.
beats. So I'm like,
it's urban tone. Yeah. So the beats kind of feel the same.
And also,
there was some other tune that they like kind of don't feel the same. Yeah.
We did also play that was Zero Sufuri with Wacha, and one thing artists I'm saying that they should Wacha is actually
just promoting the dance. You remember when Odi came? Yeah, everybody was using Kenyan thing. So when you see one leg is this. You know that there's originating from Kenya. So I think that's why a lot of people are pushing it.
Why?
Embrace it, Joby. It's your culture now.
See nini ya kutrend. Not like tunasani kama
nisikizi watu watakika.
There, if you are listening on the radio station, pin your comment that is on our website via the show page. And of course, I'll be reading out to see what you guys have to say. Also regarding the conversation. In case you are on YouTube, karibu sana. For those who are with us on TikTok, shout out to Mr. Blackwoodfire, shout out to Ken, shout out to Waziri. Tunataka chairman wa leo. Ni Friday, unajua. Wale wanajitanga ma chairman every Friday.
Tukunywa pesa yako.
Tunataka wenye wanajita ma chairman Friday. We're right here to literally ask you, celebrate you being a chairman. You know, tuna celebrate jina ya.
That's how it's done.
This is Gear 5. We're Brooklyn boys.
Amefamba mama niko here and there skia after this kanipata mtu lazima utasikia shinsia na katisia niko na cheta kwa kindo window 3 sign the kingdom so window takuzo kwa kingdom in step na bagi window mara adios amigo catch me adios amigo speaking in copa with cross adios amigo man
Yes, and for me it's just have a beautiful weekend. Stay happy, stay positive. Remember, your brain has a negative bias chemical, so train your mind to be positive all the time.
Alright, my quote of the day is better days are coming. They're called Saturday and Sunday. Have a beautiful weekend.
Period.
It's the weekend. Alrighty guys, my quote is 99% of the harm is caused in your head by you and your thoughts. 1% of the harm is caused by reality, what actually happens in the outcome. Most of the time, the problem isn't the problem. The way you think about the problem is the problem.
In short, about the problem.
Your brain. Your brain is the problem. I read that somewhere. It's not even the world, it's your brain. Train your mind to think positive.
Pop my beer, pop, go hang on my adisia sia shinsia na katisia nimepula kwa bibi tragi ha amefamba mama mia we organizer tuma your depo by pesa via I say that you had no clear I'm living in this fear tunatuma polisia
This is the Black Cultyre Network radio station media of the 21st century, 31 minutes past the top of the hour. My name is Joby. We got SH to the money and Iwaton in the building. And of course, a quick shout out to everyone live with us once again on TikTok. Shout out to Grace, shout out to Mr. Black Cultyre, shout out to everyone live with us on the radio and also on our YouTube channel. Karibuni sana. Hit the like button, subscribe if this is your first time right here, and of course enjoy the shows and check out the page for more other shows. I promise you nothing but amazing conversations. Nonetheless, karibuni sana once again, ladies.
Yes.
What are your plans for the weekend?
Nothing.
Online?
I'll be nursing myself.
Oh, nursing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, I'll be nursing myself. Yeah.
It's a man.
I'm nursing myself.
You'll be fine. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I hope by Monday when you come back, you're gonna be feeling more different and better.
So true. I think it's gonna be okay.
Kuna mtu anakucheka hapo
I have hate. I have ops. I have ops.
Usijali, sky itafika.
Unajua.
Alafu kama kuna tu kama unajipendanga ukiwa mgonjwa kwanza ndio unajua. Unajisundulia hapo kwa kakona. Me I'm those people.
I'm a crybaby when I'm sick.
Me
but
too.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better. What is your plan, Iwaton?
Maybe do lunch somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, hoping for that.
Luncheon?
Nice.
Is it called the luncheon?
Brunch maybe.
Brunch.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Joby, you?
No plans yet.
Yeah.
No plans yet.
But it definitely
And
pop.
I just tap up too,
Of
but
course.
no plans yet for me.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to just have a beautiful weekend. I just know it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but whatever it has in
Exactly.
store, we're here to embrace it. But before we get started with the conversation of today, I want to ask you guys, what's the worst scenario you've had with a landlord or an agent ukitoka, especially terms of kurudishiwa deposit? Like, what's the worst you've gone through, or this worst story you've had someone go through juu ya kurudishiwa deposits? Have you found yourself in a situation where unavurutana na landlord or agent kurudishiwa deposits?
No.
No?
No.
Oh my.
Like
Okay.
there's an issue, the landlord is refusing
To
give-
return your deposit,
Right.
or they overcharge you for nothing that you've done in the house,
Right.
so they wanakana deposit yako.
Not really.
Shmani?
Personally, not really deposit, but I once was in a house worth, the deposit was 14,000,
Okay.
and they returned for me 1,700.
Wow.
The deposit was
14,000.
wakakurudisha?
1,700.
Wow.
And I was following up, and they don't pay immediately, so they're like, after 2 weeks we'll send.
Yeah.
And I got 1,700. Yeah,
Oh.
but I've had issues with the agents, definitely.
Yeah.
Nimefungiwa stima,
Yeah.
and maji at the same
Yeah.
time. I've gotten another padlock a lot of times. Shout
I've
out to
seen people
Islam.
they've been done like that.
Yeah.
Their lights is like cut off.
Yeah,
gone
I
through
also
some
got
with
a
water.
blue on my padlock.
They told us
Damn.
about that.
Yeah,
That's
so I
crazy.
tried to open. Nashanga, am I not at my house?
Yeah.
Is it not my key?
The roofs are taken out.
Yeah, but that has been mine. Joby,
Yeah.
how was yours?
I think personally, number one, before I move to a place, nowadays, I'm looking at more of a humane person. Mtoko friendly.
Thank you.
Mtoko friendly from the word go. Mtu kunekea sura kazi uwepeleka huko.
Yeah.
Unaekea nani sura kazi.
Yeah.
Najua hapa ndakuwa nalipa rent already. So
Yeah.
don't give me that attitude
Yeah.
already. So I think that's the first mistake I did, the first place I moved into,
Yeah.
Karen.
Yeah.
That guy, I moved there. First nikimove, we were very okay. So
Yeah.
time ya kutoka nimemwambia like a month prior, because I notified him a month prior, I'm gonna move out of here.
Yeah.
I have to leave, but I'd already paid rent.
Yeah.
So if only I knew ningekalia deposit.
Deposit,
Sikuwa
exactly.
nimeka anything kwa ukuta ama eti kugongolea. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like my house was just simple kwa ukuta. And mostly if you deposit ukiitisha inakwanga ni zili your wall imeharibiwa.
Yeah, they have to
maybe
paint.
the door.
But automatically they just paint, even without.
It was new cribs. Literally ilikuwa nyumba
They
mpya.
just say they paint it.
Sijakaa like hata a year end, so it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So deposit, it was supposed to be 7,000, sorry, 7,000. 7,000. nikarudishiwa 2500. Nikaambiwa yote ni ya paint hiyo ingine. Na nikiangalia kuna kitu nimefanya kwa hii nyumba. So hii 2500 kabla hata nirudishiwe, it took like months.
Yeah, I remember you were calling
them months. Niko like bro, mbona mrudishi pesa? So nilikuwa siku moja after traveling I think to Tanzania, then I came back, nikasema tunajua shasa story yangu, let me call them. So I called them, niko like mama sio ndo nataka hata si kijana wake. Wao mmefanya nikaumia hivi, Mungu na nyinyi atawapiga kiboko nyingine hamtawaisahau. Immediately I had M-Pesa confirm.
They're really, because even Mimi, they were telling me, I wondered from 14,000 to 1,700. Like it doesn't make sense. It was a 2-bedroom, so they told me they need to paint the whole rooms, and they needed 2 paints. I wonder 2 paints, and they were telling me one paint is 5,000.
So it's expensive though.
Yeah, so they told me, and because it's a big house now, 2 paints, and I had put wallpaper.
Oh my gosh.
So they were like 2 whole paints, so that is already 10,000 gone. I'm like, okay. But nowadays when I go to houses, nowadays when I just go to houses, I don't expect a deposit. Hata nikienda like return, niko tu like najua vitu nimefanya kwa hii nyumba. Hata I won't be expecting anything. If it comes, it's God's grace.
But you stay for like an extra month to
no,
basically
you can't stay because you know what they do is they switch off your lights. So you have to pay regardless.
Really?
If it reaches like those who work for agents, I don't know if you found like really bad agents.
Okay.
If you want to do sit on deposits, if you can like the paying date, if it is on date 10, like in Embakasi they switch off your lights. So you have to pay, right? Regardless.
Okay.
And then if you don't, you're okay. Like have just remained with a few days Niame, they switch off water. Now you have to, because you can't stay without water.
Wow.
That is just really how it works.
It is crazy. It is insane. Right. So we have this guy from Homa Bay. Shout out to our look.
Mom, that is my mom's place.
Over some 12,000 Kenyan shillings in unrefunded rent, and which he deposited when moving into the complainant's house as a tenant back in September 2022. He stayed in the rental houses for a year, 2 months before moving out in December 2023. According to the man, a teacher at a renowned high school is a Homa Bay County, in Homa Bay County. He left the 2-bedroom house in good shape as he moved to another location, and the landlord promised to refund his full deposit in January 2024. The landlord suddenly took a new turn, claiming the ex-tenant had damages in the house. And it is crazy because wanatafutanga tu kitu ya kudanganya, like kudanganyilia, and it is so wrong. Actually, it is so wrong. It is so wrong, and I feel like this is actually, if you try to look at most of the buildings, if you maybe zingine zetu zimechapa zenye zitaingiwa na watu, but utapata kuna buildings zingine unaenda unajuza mbona hii place iko empty. Service number 1 matters. Service of every apartment, every apartment, because I feel like landlords don't understand that we're also customers. I think they treat us just like, you know, tenants, and not understanding that you're supposed to actually, you're supposed to actually be there attending to my problems. If I have a problem, I need this fixed. If I have this, I need you to be there, and that is super wrong. So tumeona apartments mingi utapata ziko empty, unachangani nini, but I feel like that could be also number 1 agenda, like services tu mbaya, mtu arudishangi deposit. So hata mtu akitaka kukurifa ama kurifa kwa hii building ako like, nah, don't go there. They never return deposits. I've gotten that a couple of times. Like nimepatia, utapata mnaenda kutafuta nyumba mahali unaambiwa hapo no, they don't refund deposits on some sort of complaints, and that is just
or they're thieves.
Poor ass service.
Like they work together with the thieves.
It is so bad.
That happens in my apartment. Always
right now.
That. Yeah, the same apartment. Like people you wonder how you're still in that house. You're sleeping, and the next morning your sitting room is empty. So people say apparently those guys work with the thieves. They are waingena nyuma from the balcony. And you know, with such name and such, you know, when you go look for a house there, when you complain in the group, for those who have left, and Akwambia, I told you guys you can't stay in this apartment, you have to move out. So you have to be like really careful. Reputation matters a lot.
I agree.
With the people even around you.
Yes.
My plot is you know, this plot is like my place. kuna wababa ukaaga tu hapo.
Yeah.
So if you go, they're always just talking.
They know everything.
Yeah, if you go just to walk and look, utasikia mtu anakwambia no, don't do that, don't actually, and they're always right because they're always there. So reputation,
really
customers,
matters.
and hygiene.
Yes.
And also when you're not finishing of the homes, do you guys look at the finishing?
Of course.
Because living in an old house is now like
it's bringing old vibes.
it's not giving.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. If I go naangalia nyumba finished, painted,
Of course,
new,
the tiles, the area, everything.
exactly. So presentation matters a lot.
Yeah, that's true. It
Yeah.
does matter too as well. Unapata mwingine anakatalia hivyo deposits na presentation ya building
Man,
thing.
it's trash.
You know, like where do you spend all this money on if it's
I
not
have
renovating
rent.
your,
So
making
true.
your building look beautiful
Better.
and attract more
Yeah.
people every time people vacate?
Yeah.
Because
I don't know if you've noticed what landlords do. In Embakasi, they used to paint the front. And I've also noticed even in Rongai,
Yeah.
most buildings, they paint the front.
Wanaacha nyuma.
When you go
Behind.
sites, you're like, is this the same building?
Don't
Like,
live here?
it's really bad,
It's
man.
crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy. But moving on to the next conversation. For those who are just tuning in, Karibu Sana, Freedom Media, I see you. And to everyone live with us on TikTok, let us know what are some of the challenges you've gone through demanding your deposit back from a landlord or an agent. Like, what are some of the struggles you've gone through? Kila mtu ukapitia. Kuna mtu akosangi ka story, one or two.
Yeah.
But on this other side of still Nairobi, or rather in our country, we have demonstrations going on in Meru right now as we talk. And this is actually chaos caused in Meru town, where we can see taxi and matatu operators protesting because of the harassment by the county government. So let me share the audio. So there is demonstrations going on there, and I believe this is not just something, again, like what we're just from talking about, rage.
Right, yes.
Okay,
Rage.
people, until you see watu wamejitokeza kwenda kudemonstrate, they are really tired. This is nothing to do with the sijui an MP is calling out on people to go demonstrate. It's people who are tired, and this is nothing to do even with the Meru County. This is, I think, Kenya as a whole, as a country, and Africa itself, where we've normalized corruption. Because we talk about the county government,
What did they do?
There's no indication of what really happened. You know?
So people are actually demonstrating because of the county government.
It could be taxation.
Meru? Is it Kawira? You remember her? The woman, she's been impeached like twice.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just 2 years.
So on this case, you can say it could be because of maybe corruption, or it could be paid goons who want to distract.
Yeah, also
the leadership
exactly.
of the lady.
And remember, also these leaders work. You have rivalry also with other leaders, so they send their goods to actually damage your name, and people will be like, why are people always? And Kawira has actually faced a lot as a woman.
She's gone through a lot.
As a woman, and one thing,
government.
It's so crazy because it's like every time you hear a story, there's somebody trying to fight her from that position, and it's like a woman is not supposed to be that leader. You know, that has always been, and the conversation that was going in parliament, and a few of these governors were in her support. Other governors want her to be impeached because she's a woman. And a lot of times the senators actually pushed it, the MCAs have actually pushed it, and it has not worked. And each and every time something comes up, if this is the issue, because we don't know, we can't say it is actually the issue. It is really bad, because this shows, if you know Joby, if this county, let's say for example this is a county government, and a county government is like a country, right? Let's say, because Kawira is like the president of Meru County, right? So if the government is always shaky, impeachment after impeachment demonstration, there's nothing significant that is gonna come from that leadership. And by the end of 5 years, people will be complaining, hey, she did nothing, oh, she did nothing. But you didn't give this person even time, a chance, right? Because every time there was just distraction each and every day. I am fighting over having a stable government, having a stable economy, development in this county, but every time there's just something that is going on with people. So how do we expect stability if all the time there's just distraction? I see it majorly as distraction. But again, all these counties are crazy. You never know why they be. They be because people are really tired. We know however much you can say it's distraction. Real talk, people are tired. People are tired. Trash. These governors, these MPs, these leaders no, these politicians are just out here to be selfish.
Exactly.
So it's crazy. Yeah.
Exactly. That is true. What on?
I can say that in regards to this, I think we've been talking about this lately, about the government and everything to do with the government. And I feel like when people see there's no change in regards to the people they really elected, in whatever they're expecting, maybe infrastructure, maybe the roads being made perfectly, and maybe they're going to the some of MCA's office in regards to maybe bursaries of their kids to go to school. And there was a thing about that conversation that some people are just favoring their family members to get bursaries, and they're leaving other people and as Jovia said right now, you get tired and you get upset because we are all one. You're representing the whole community here. We chose you and you're not doing anything. The money that is being implemented for the funding in regards to whatever infrastructure, the roads, the bursaries for the kids, health, thank you, there's nothing being done. There's nothing to show for it. People really get tired about it because why are you there as a leader?
Just employing your husband
and your cousins
and
the
mean,
family
literally
members.
That is why she was taken to court, because it was her husband that was given big tenders and big offices.
Right.
Yeah, and it is just super crazy. One of the scandals was actually employing her husband, who is a teacher, and being employed for like a very big position in the government, which is crazy. But talking about election, or these people getting elected, I don't know if you guys saw where people were questioning Sakaja, and he said, for the last time, I don't want you guys to say I don't deserve this position. You guys elected me.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you guys saw that.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw it somewhere today on the vlogs, and I'm like, this guy.
We didn't elect you.
Elect you, really?
You know how the system works, bro.
Man.
So stop capping.
I feel like it's they're there in that position and they don't care. They're like, I'm already here, so what you gonna do? You guys put me here. You know, the entitlement. They're
not listening to the cry of the people.
Exactly.
You hear them cry, but you don't do what they're crying about. It means you're not a leader.
Exactly.
This is what we are complaining about, but it's still a problem. There's no change for years. Yeah, so people get tired about it. They're just so tired of having a leader. It's like, let's not have leaders anymore, because there's no difference in regards to having a leader and having one.
I wish we can have leaders and not politicians. That would better work. But
I
again,
think we have politicians.
I think we have a lot of politicians. But again, people are questioning now his qualifications, because from the word go, it's always been red flags. You know, from even before he got in the seat, we just saw it and we were like, okay, are we going with this? Okay, this is actually going. Now it has been a point where people will never forget what Akwana said all the time. You know, you're not qualified. From the first go, we know you faked your papers. Allegedly,
so
you know, and stuff like that. So it's really
crazy. It is crazy, and too much along with that, you can see on this other end, Sakaja is also being called out by by a certain senator. They're all the same basket group. On one bucket, you know, always playing blame games. But there is Senator John Methu who calls out on Sakaja and says Sakaja works in flamboyance. You think things are working in Nairobi. Those who got him his degree forgot that getting a paper is not equal to having knowledge. You could have a degree, but if you do not have knowledge, it will come out, and that is what we are seeing right now. And it is crazy because this guy, we remember even before being selected by the people who selected him, because they wanted him there for a reason. You understand this for a reason, because when we saw Sakaja in front of our eyes, or when you introduced Sakaja, so many accusations of him not finishing school came out, but still it went ahead. Recently we saw a civil servant of what, a whole class 8 dropout, work experience, a petrol station boy, is now all civil servants, you know, presenting Ruto, and you can't even tell a GDP. What is a GDP? Literally, he says a population of a country. You know.
Shout out to also Silasio.
I mean,
I didn't know
it makes a whole lot of sense. So many people actually are in these seats again because of nepotism, which you just mentioned. Connection. You know. If it's not about nepotism, it's connection and corruption. It's who can steal best. You know, because I swear, it is who can steal best, who is actually ruthless, who can match the characters we have. We don't need someone who's gonna be oh, this is bad,
Yeah.
and I feel bad for
you
the
can't be
people.
human.
No, you have to be ruthless.
Yeah,
That
you
is
can't
the
be human.
characteristics they look of when they want to install African puppets.
Yeah.
But shout out to them.
Yeah,
Manzi.
but again, just to top up on that, I just want to hear your view on this. Do you think, or my perspective about this, I feel like leaders are chosen, right? People who are selected, because look at it, even if you say educational qualifications, Joby, however much these people have degrees and PhDs, but they still don't work on our favors.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like the papers really matter, but at the end of the day, does it matter for you to actually serve people? I believe it's an inward. You have to be chosen.
It's a calling.
It's a calling, literally.
Yes.
You have to be the chosen.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to be the chosen one. That
The
sounds
messenger.
deeply. Yeah, it has to be a calling. Deep down, you have to be a leader, because papers is gonna make you a politician.
That is true.
That's it. And they
That is
have
true.
good language.
Yeah.
They have the juicy language. They'll tell you everything.
wanna
It's like there's a school.
Yeah, there's a
of
school that is,
politicians.
they're all taught that,
Yeah.
and they're all nurtured that way. So they know how to practice it, and then with their good English, I don't know if that is even right. They
Right.
come up and convince people.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, true leadership is not even politicians.
Of course.
Because deep down, look at the people that are helping
Yes,
people. They're not
yes.
even in big
They're
seats.
not in
So
big
even if we
seats.
come and say qualifications of papers,
No.
blah blah blah,
No.
at the end of the day, I do feel it has to come from within.
It's a calling.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
a calling. It is a calling.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Sakaja
Yeah.
and the chosen ones and everyone.
Chosen.
Yeah, the chosen
The
ones.
chosen ones, literally.
Literally the
Yeah.
chosen ones. Shout out to them.
Okay.
For always, again, like I told, I was saying on the show, it's how they shuffle the cards.
Yeah.
Oh my God, these people know how to shuffle the cards so well.
Yeah.
They're nurtured.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're nurtured.
It's crazy. It is just so crazy how they know how to shuffle the cards. And the saddest part, they're not really smart at it because it's all words of a
Right.
white man.
Yeah.
But again, the smart ones will know.
The smart ones
Thank
will know. It's like,
you.
I was
Yeah.
to say the dumb ones one are the citizens,
Yeah.
Because the card is napi. I need to acha niekele hii niwaambie
No,
hivi
Joby,
leo.
right now, if
Huh?
somebody comes lie to you, you definitely know the
Of
whole
course.
truth.
But not everyone, Shmani.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
true.
Yeah, right
the
now,
smart
for me,
ones will know.
Yeah.
Please, for me,
Exactly.
you're not gonna come quote all this nonsense to me. I'm very, very, very keen.
Super knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on to our very dear own president.
Damn.
I know. Today we're doing all the way 254, and we had this week. That was actually a day ago where we had Adam Duale.
Aden Duale.
What
I
we
must
got
say,
why?
I've
Most
not
people
had
like
him in
Aden
politics
Duale.
because he's outspoken.
Yeah.
I've really,
Like a trolley.
like Murkomen. He's the rude one. Yeah. What did he
Trolley.
do?
Many cases. This is what he had to say. That is after Ruto's trip to the US, which of course has come up with the discussion of the deployment of troops to Haiti
Yeah.
and all that. And one of the things he mentioned and caught my attention, and I've not discussed, but we want to talk about it. He said that many Kenyans think that the police we are taking to Haiti are traffic police officers.
Okay.
They meet randomly on the road. The Haiti team are special troops, well trained to deal with any kind of situations. Once they reach Haiti, everyone will be happy to their deployment.
Bro, Aden Duale has always been just a rogue. He's always been a rogue from day one. He's always anti-people from the word go. And then Aden Duale is always supporting. Ask yourself, why is it that in every government,
He's always
he's
supportive
always
of
there
everything.
of the government, and he's always there.
Favors
And
him.
yeah, he's always
Actually,
favoring the city.
he's always been there.
Yeah, ask
Coming to
yourself.
think about it.
I was even looking at somebody like Murkomen.
Yeah.
Ask yourself. What, and I was thinking, okay, Murkomen is outspoken. Aden Duale is outspoken. Sometimes they say shit,
Yeah.
and they can't do anything to them. Why? What do they hold that they have to be in that seat? However much sometimes they piss people off.
Yeah.
So I come to think about Aden Duale, who has been always outspoken, talking against people, and these are the same people you hear. If that is a leader, look at it, he's saying the best are the ones that have been sent. Why are you sending the best?
What do you
And
mean?
yet we need the
know.
best to fight for us.
Yeah.
Why is it that we are still fighting about, okay, then why are you sending the best to Haiti and not the best to the bandit areas,
Yeah.
to northern Kenya? Why not? Let's talk about that. So if you try and say we're going to be proud, are we going to be proud of their death sentence when their family members are crying? oh, they fought for Kenya, oh, Zipapa. It doesn't make sense, man.
Right. Celebrate the death of your own troops.
Zipapa.
This is crazy, number one, because okay, the police officers or the troops being taken to Haiti are not traffic officers we meet on the road daily.
No, they're not.
So where are they from?
They're trained,
How highly trained are we talking
He
about?
says they're highly trained. So maybe they are highly trained, like even more than the military people. But again, that doesn't make sense. If they're highly trained, why are you still checking?
You could be
them
highly
to
trained, but your weapons are whack.
But let me tell you, you're highly trained, but the bunde is there. Are you highly trained to actually escape?
That's what I'm telling you.
bullet?
You know,
Because if I'm gonna shoot you, are you not gonna die?
the
course you're gonna
weapons
die.
these
So,
guns are using, I don't think it's any close to what our Kenyan troops are being given. If I'm not wrong, maybe correct me if maybe I have the information wrong.
Man, if
But
your
there's
family
no
member
way.
is going over there, man,
There's no way.
That is sad. It's so sad though.
they're trying to
And why are we even
convince.
still fighting each other, man?
There's no
I know
justification
it's been
to
happening,
this.
you know, and they should stop this, which they're not stopping. A lot of people are demonstrating against this. Even Ruto went to the States. There are people demonstrating, like, why are you sending your people to kill your brothers?
Yeah.
You know? It's
Yeah.
crazy.
At the end of the day, nobody's giving this clear answer. Have you
Yeah,
noticed?
no
Ever
one
since
is
people started
answering.
asking about Haiti,
Yeah.
everybody's just like, okay, there's just a propaganda. So
Yeah.
everybody's looking for justification. I'm asking you the reason why. You're telling me you're taking trained ones. Why?
Since 1949.
Why? Why is supposed to be why? Because, right? When I ask you why, it's because of this. But when I ask you why, you're telling me, no,
Kulienda kukawa.
kulienda kukawa. You know, we are taking the best. We are taking the best is not why.
Yeah.
Explain for me why
That's
you're
so
taking
true.
our best soldiers to Haiti to go and fight.
While we
That is
have
all
northern parts of
Exactly.
Since 1900.
And yet people
why?
are not even northern Joby,
Yeah.
people are being killed on these streets. Girl. Why have you never deployed those ones on the streets to actually offer security to people?
Yeah.
Or when it just if when you need now to be favored, is when now you take the best and sacrifice them. It's nuts.
It is so sad, but I see through the comments, what did people had to say on that is that one of the people who goes by the name Sesmo says, but Haiti people don't want them there. What else supersedes the will of the people? Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
the will of the people does matter. It's crazy. That is a very, very good
But you know, there is no
question.
democracy here
Yeah.
in Kenya, even in Africa. However much we request, it's democracy, right? See, that guy is saying the will of the people for the people and by the
Exactly.
people. That is democracy.
Yeah.
Which is not, it is just a say in Africa.
But
We
it's
never
by-
have.
it's
Yeah,
not
it's
there.
not there in reality, because if we had democracy, then our voices would be heard. But at the end of the day, it is dictatorship in return, where you have to follow the rules. Unless, I think, Job, in the morning you were looking at this video of shout out to Abdi, the journalist, right?
Shout out to Abdi.
And he was questioning, Mr. President,
Yeah.
why? And you could tell this guy was not even answering it. It's a
Yeah.
rule. What do you mean it's a
He's
law?
beating
Who
around the
passed
bush.
the law? What
It's
law?
you.
It's you. Try to explain for me why I should be funding money
Yeah.
for
To the
NHIF.
government.
So
Why
true.
should I, if it's already
Yeah,
do it?
I don't
And
know
they
why.
pass these laws overnight,
Yeah.
3 a.m.
Imagine.
Literally,
When you're
tukilala.
sleeping, lights
Ukiamka
are gone.
unasema, okay,
Nobody's
so we are
asleep,
no
trust
longer
me.
Kenyans.
Says the lights are gone.
We are new.
Yeah, that was crazy. Oh my god.
Says you're in a blackout, you know.
And then you find yourself, we are the new Canadians. Oh my god.
No.
Kenya is now owned by
Canada.
In the morning, you're like, what?
the British.
Don't
use them
call
as
yourselves blacks right now.
You're not
You're
black.
Caucasians.
God damn. It should be
Whether you
crazy.
like it or not.
Man.
It's a law.
It is crazy. Mwingine anasema, another comment left here is that the special troops are always deal na bandits wa huku.
Exactly.
There you go.
Bandits wa huku tulemba, we need evangelism funds.
God is going
We need to
protect
extend
them.
evangelism to these places where there's banditry.
Wallahi.
Shout out to our president. That is what Ruto said.
And Mama Ruth.
And then another one, last one says, we are not stupid. Specific, please. What training, when, and where exactly?
Specify.
Because
bro.
I don't want to give. Staki kusukuroroa sana.
Right.
but acha niroroe.
Trained where?
Sometimes I wanna show TV kitambo. Tunaona hapa.
Wameziweka TV.
Where and when? Again, the bullshit we've seen whenever they are doing some bullshit of training. And the specific of, you know, the traffic officers. Exactly. The fact that you mentioned traffic officers or the troops are not taking, you're taking to it.
So the traffic officers
it's hinting
are the
something.
most lamest.
It's
police.
actually, it makes you fear.
It's hinting something
for your people.
In short, they're trying to say
because
traffic officers.
These people are picking, they're picking randomly.
Yeah.
So then we're gonna order.
I think it's just
because there's no way you're gonna take your highly trained military to a country when you want unajua tu watu wanaenda kudeli.
Yes.
So you're gonna take the weak ones. Exactly.
It's like acha waende huyu atakuwa nasaidia.
It's the weak ones who are gonna be picked on this.
Literally. Wanasema saizi ma traffic officers ndio sio shit.
Wow.
In fact, ukisema bwanangu ni traffic officer, say those are not even trained bwana. They can't go to Haiti now.
This is so sad. But last on the conversation of today is about again still our very dear own president. Still this week we saw him talking about defending himself regarding his expenditure
200 million
on the trip he went to the States. Let's listen.
Let me say this, or let me disclose. You know, when I saw the debate in Kenya as to how I traveled to the US, you know, and there was, you know, all manner of figures, you know, this plane is this big and it is like this, Google here, Google there. This one must have costed 200 million because the president needed to arrive in style in the US, holding Rachel's hand. You know, I am a very responsible steward. Believe you me.
It's the responsibility for me.
There is no way
Go straight to the point.
I can spend 200 million.
So,
there is no way.
How much did you spend? Can you tell Kenya?
In fact, let me disclose here that it costed the Republic of Kenya less than 10 million.
Really?
Because 10 million. Okay, there's so many ways of knowing someone is lying. The eyes, if they need their nose, like it's there's so many ways, language. Yeah, there's so many ways of knowing someone is lying. So his eyes just communicated. 10 million, then it looks. It's like munipeleke mali mtani.
But again, if he's saying, you know why I know it's a lie, because I also saw a vlog saying that sijui ndiye alisema was it KQ aliombwa 70 million. He said, he said that KQ, he was asked for 70 million.
Ruto.
Yeah, and he said he couldn't use 70 million.
Why is a president being charged?
No, because it's a Kenya airline job. It's not his. It's not for the government.
I understand.
Yeah, so he has to be charged.
So
it's
the question
government
is,
charging.
who owns this Kenya airline?
Yeah. Kenya airline is owned not by, see, we know it's not Kenyans, literally. It's not the government. If it's a government, it owns like a little bit of
Do you know how stupid it sounds? You as a president, you can't board your own plane.
So at the end of the day, maybe if the government can have their own jet, then that is government, you know. But this one is a business that owns a lot of shareholders. But job is not the entire holder, you know. So at the end of the day, even if you want to travel, they, however much your name is there, but they charge you for the business. Shout
out to the Kenyatas.
Yeah, and we've talked about Kenya Airways. At the end of the day, if they come for 70 million and Ruto says it's 10 million,
well, it's crazy.
It is 10 million.
It is crazy. But as we wind up, so we have Isaac Mwaura, who has come forward to also detail a couple of retirement benefits of the Uhuru Kenyatta, and it includes 48 million Kenyan shillings, 12 cars, it's 12 cars.
12 cars?
Yeah.
And
It's a lot of things that have been mentioned. I can't go throughout the whole list. Check it out on SPM Buzz if you want to check out much more of the conversation. But so I'm saying shout out to the Kenyattas because they're making this guy pay for the plane. Like, you know, Kenyattas have shares there.
Yeah, they already have.
They don't have
share.
majority of the shares.
Yeah.
But it's very easy to make this guy connect, you know, to why, you know.
Yeah. But also I saw a conversation.
Too.
I saw a conversation about this news you're giving of retirement, because this is the constitution. Once a president leaves a seat in Kenya, there has to be retirement benefits. Yeah, because he was the president, he's still paid for life. You know, he's still paid a salary.
But what did you
Exactly.
do?
So at the end of the day, it's the constitution. Even Gideon Moi, before he died, even Moi Kibaki, still paid for that. So I remember when Kenyatta walked out, alikatazwa, because the constitution also says for you to start being paid, you have to leave all political associations with the party. And he didn't leave Jubilee. He was still the leader of Jubilee, and Jubilee and ODM formed Azimio. So apparently they were saying these demonstrations, these political parties, the opposition is being sponsored by the Kenyattas. So that's why so that's why the government actually suspended the retirement for Kenyatta. And on when was this? On Tuesday? Yes, on Tuesday when I was giving news. Apparently it is said that hizi trips zenye Uhuru amekuwa akifanya, he has been sponsored by the pocket. Because the government has not actually released the money yet to him. And when he demands for cars, when he demands for that, is not given by the government, it's actually from his pocket. His trips to the state, which is supposed to be...
He took less trips, though, which will make a lot of sense.
Exactly.
He took less
his trips right now, the ones he's making to Nigeria to where, is not sponsored by the Kenyan government. It's actually from his pocket. And there is and we still don't understand the reason as to why the government has not released Kenyatta's retirement benefits up to today, because that was still on Tuesday, and they were saying his trips are still being sponsored from his pocket. So you see what is still happening. They still are back and forth with the former government and the new government. They've not actually correlated together.
I feel like in 2027, if you're not careful, if Zuma can come back to the poll, and this is what we've seen with the African presidents, they can come back to the poll despite being presidents and failures. I feel like Uhuru can come back. But I have a feeling, you know, I just have a feeling.
And you know that Mount Kenya regions are actually really angry right now.
Who's the next competitor?
Yeah, the Mount Kenya regions are actually really angry right now, because they actually, you know, Mount Kenya has been very active in Kenyan politics. So they're actually questioning, because Mount Kenya was represented by Kenyattas, the Kibakis are still Mount Kenyan, and right now we have the Rift Valley region. So I even saw people actually accusing the deputy president of Kenya that is looking for an independent county, an independent party, anataka kutoka from the UDA allegedly. And the reason as to why is because the Mount Kenya region are actually pressuring him of who is going to represent them in the next election. Yeah, so it's really, really crazy. There's gonna be a lot. You never know, because even the other day I was hearing Kamlesh and HR asking who's the viable candidate. Because you really don't.
It's a debate that has been going on.
These regions are actually pushing so much.
It's a question going on around who's going to be the next competitor, even with Raila. Who's going to be the next opposition?
Who is actually
it's a lot of questions.
Successor.
It's a lot of questions going on, and of course we're looking forward to see what's going to be happening. But expect corruption, of course. A coup or revolution, Africa is still going to be the same way, same fake leadership, same fake democracy that you've been preached on. But family, we're wrapping it up today right here with the Rhythm Scoop Show. We began a little bit late, but we are thankful to everyone who has been with us, silent amazing listeners, and to everyone who was also with us on TikTok, and those who have been with us on the website. Much love. See you guys on Monday, same time, same place, but nonetheless have a beautiful weekend. See you guys tonight. Nasikia kwamba off, lakini much love.
Politics is really good to analyze, but now you're like left with no clue. You're like, okay, sasa nitaongea tu, but I know where this is going. It gets really, really sad. So we have to call for that coup. We have to call for a revolution, and it starts from you. You're the change you need in your life.
Yeah.
Always remember that. Yuaton says each and every day. So that is my quote as I leave you. You're the change you need to make in your life. Take care and have a beautiful weekend. Make sure you stay safe and see you on Monday. Don't drink and drive. Don't walk and drive. And stay safe. Much love.
Take care, guys. Have a great weekend. Remember that you're beautiful. You might be safe and spread kindness like a confetti. Much love.
Yeah, much love.